If I've said it once in the last 48 hours, I've said it probably, I don't know, 10,000 times. I don't care who you vote for. I just care that you have the voice to vote. So get out here, get out to this event, and get registered to vote. Yeah, I know the main election day is over, but here's what we know. Even in a city as big as Dallas, 3,500 votes can sway a recount from one to another politician. When there's a runoff, 3,000 votes can make the difference in who actually wins that election. And if they get in office and they need to be fired, 7,000 to 10,000 votes is usually enough to recall that candidate and fire a newly elected official who's not doing the job they're supposed to be doing. Your vote counts. That's what we've been saying for the last 48 hours, over and over and over again. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. And yes, that particular campaign was conducted by a group called Who Really Cares. Their movement is to make Dallas one city without regard for race or religion or politics. Just the idea that it's the people who decide, not the corruption, not the politician, not whose pockets get lined the deepest. It's the people who decide who leads our county and our city and our country. It's a noble notion, yes. We are a democratic republic. It is our obligation to vote, our right to vote, our responsibility to participate in whatever level we can, even if we never run for office, to at least have a voice in the process, to stand up and do our part. The irony was I sat behind the scenes, behind stage, and during the slower periods when there wasn't a crowd gathered around, we were just having conversations, sometimes over the mic, sometimes live over social media campaigns, but engaged in conversation for community activists in the South Dallas area. It was pretty fascinating, some of the things that I heard. Then I don't want to say which ones I agree with or don't agree with, but there was some opportunity for me to share some of the things that we have taught even in the Congo to the parliament leaders there. You know, there really are 5 P's that have to do with the passion and the purpose of being in leadership. And they serve your community as well as your political ideas when you put them in the proper place. And I've annotated them on the text so that you can go back and share them and apply them in your own life. But in a nutshell, it starts with property. Being responsible for what's going on around you, even if you don't own the land just yet, if you're in the process of buying it or you've got your eye on it, but you don't quite have the money all together to buy it yet, that still doesn't mean you treat it like a garbage can. You don't mistreat someone else's stuff. You take good care of your property and the property around you. If you have trash in your hand, wait till you find a receptacle. Don't throw it on the ground in the middle of someone else's yard or in front of another business or on the sidewalk. Someone's going to have to pay to clean that up. I guess whose pocket that's coming out of? That would be yours. So take care of the property around you, whether it's yours or it's not yet yours. Yeah, that last statement all by itself should change the frame of your mindset just a little bit, whether it's yours or not yet yours. It's an ambition. Also, the people. You've got to learn to treat the people in your immediate circle, the people in your family, the people in your household, the people you share a house with, the people you share a block with, a community with. Treat them with respect and dignity. That doesn't even mean you have to like them. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to agree with their politics or their religion, but treat them with the respect and the dignity of being another human being. Have a little bit of value for life. If you have some value for human life, it will change the way our cultures are represented. Next is profit. Don't just stand around with a handout, waiting for a handout. There's a difference between a handout and help. A handout says, give it to me, I'm going to take it, now it's mine, I'm going to move on. Help says, I'm going to come alongside you and take you to the next level, but I'm going to show you how to do it so next time you can do it on your own. That's where profit's found. But see, if you find profit by way of manipulation or cajoling or mistreating or using the power you have politically to turn the screws and pry the bars and open the doors and lock the windows that other people don't have access to, then you may find yourself a politician with some influence, but the power that you have is called corruption. That's not purity. When you have purity in your power, you have a whole lot more power, which comes with influence. And that's our final P. People, or property, people, profit, purity, and finally power. Power is the result of all of those. That's the influence that you have when others realize you respect their stuff, you respect them, you earn a profit rather than taking from everyone else, and you do it with purity. Now you have power. You have the ability to influence people immediately around you, and now you have purpose. You have a reason to actually invest in the people around you, invest in the land, invest in your neighbors, invest in their profitability, and do it from a pure motive. And you're going to find that cycle of poverty can be broken when property and people and profit and purity and power become the momentum in the same direction. You're going to see a whole lot of things change. Just remember along the way, the youth of today, the fruit born in their life, the result of their attitudes and their action and their behavior in the streets, that's a direct result of the seeds that are planted in the form of words in the hearts and minds of toddlers. What moms and dads say to their kids at home, what teachers and school officials say to their kids in school, what the police officers and the store managers say to the kids of the community, those are the words that will become the fruit of their heart, their attitudes, actions, and behavior in days to come. If you'll keep those things in mind and exercise your right to vote, I don't care where your community's at, Washington, D.C. or South Dallas, Uptown or Frisco. If you will keep those 5 P's in mind, you can see change in your community. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.